Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Moyna Bass Fishes. I am Jim Moyna, professional bass fisherman. In this video, we are going to take a look at the upcoming tournament here on Leech Lake. This would be for the 2024 Bassmaster Open. The number one thing on my mind going into this tournament is the added pressure of performing on basically a home lake. This doesn't happen very often. In fact, it's been extremely rare for me. Because usually, most of the time I'm driving at least 13, 14 hours away, if not more. Lake Okeechobee is like 30 plus hours of driving from here in Minnesota. So to truly have a home lake, and Leech Lake really, I wouldn't say it's as home lake as it, compared to everything else, it certainly is a home lake. But it's a lake that I haven't had a lot of time on. But nonetheless, this is a natural lake in Minnesota. This is totally right in my wheelhouse. So I have this added pressure of performing. Like literally anything, anything, a finish lower than 20th is inexcusable. A top 10 is like, that's what I expect. But then on the other hand, I know how good so many of these anglers are. And when you're looking at a field of over 200 anglers, to finish in the top 10 is really a phenomenal day of fishing, or 3 days of fishing. That's what I'm up against. I don't have any like insider knowledge on this lake other than it's a natural lake in Minnesota, which I'm very comfortable fishing, and I just feel like I can catch fish here. This isn't like me going down to the Red River and by Shreveport, Louisiana, or me going to Lay Lake in Alabama. Those are situations that I'm not that comfortable with. But here, a natural lake in Minnesota, very comfortable. I've got a lot of pressure on myself, self-induced pressure to perform. So that's the difference. This lake's a big deal. I mean, I'm 200 points. The whole goal this year was be in the top 9 in the Angler of the Year points so I could fish the Bassmaster Elites next year. That goal's kind of out the window. I'm 200 points away from 9th place. There are 3 tournaments left to go, but there's just too many. That's too many points, too many people between me and 9th place. So it's turned into, okay, let's go out and just take down a high finish. So that's where I'm at. I got to take down a high finish. I don't have to, but I feel like I have to because this is the pressure. I'm from Minnesota. This is Minnesota Lake. I don't get this. This is so rare. Really, as I'm looking back, this is only the last time this has happened for me is 1997. That would be the Forest Wood Open when FLW was literally like in its second year. Other than that, I mean, you could say, well, what about fishing lacrosse, the river on lacrosse? I never really felt like that was a home field. I've never done great there, but I have done great on Leech Lake. I won a tournament. I've only fished less than 5 tournaments here, but I won one of them. Finishing the money in another one. And the others were like club tournaments back in the 1980s. So, and this lake's changed quite a bit. So really, I mean, the last tournament I fished here was maybe about 8 years ago. Prior to that, it was like the early 1990s. And that's and what I'm talking about, we fished a money tournament with 80 or 90 boats back then, and we did win that tournament. But that's early 90s, okay? And then I had some late 80s tournaments here. A couple of club tournaments, and then a BASS State Federation state tournament here, which our club won. The club I was in, Tackle Busters Bass Club, we won that tournament. Not because of me, but because of Ralph Chapa, Bob Kuhn. That was number 2, second, and first. Our guys in my club. I was in it. Dwayne Anderson, he caught some fish. I caught some fish to contribute. I can't remember who else was on that team, but we had a great. Our team won the team championship, and then we took down first and second individually. So that was cool. But that's ancient history. I'm going to be fishing guys out. I'm going to be fishing against guys in this tournament. Probably most of these guys weren't even born then. Okay, a lot of young guys out here. A lot of young guys that excel at the forward sonar. And there is going to be a forward sonar bite out here. It's kind of sketchy. It's going to be difficult. But there are going to be guys that find success with it. But it's going to be kind of sketchy. It's going to be a gamble. Am I going to go for that? I'm going to take a look at it. We'll see. There are largemouth and smallmouth in this lake. Smallmouth is a growing population. There is a lot of unoccupied smallmouth habitat in this lake. And the reason why I say that is because last year, even before they announced this as a tournament site for this year, last year I came out here twice, once at the beginning of the spawn, once at the end of the spawn. I found some bedding fish, but I saw so much fabulous habitat with no bedding. I mean, just awesome sand, gravel with a boulder here or there mixed in, where if you take that habitat, if you find that habitat on like Mille Lacs Lake, you're going to find smallmouth just bedded all over it. Here, there's just massive reefs where I didn't even see anything. Nothing. No smallmouths during the spawning period. So, but there are some big ones. They're big smallmouths, and some of them, and it's going to be worth, it might be worth a guy's time to chase them. Tournaments can be one day tournaments can be won with smallmouth. I've seen it. I've seen results. But then again, same with largemouths. You can win with largemouths out here. And that always confuses me because I never know which one to go for. When I go to Lake Champlain, my mind just goes because there's winning bags of largemouths at Champlain, winning bags of smallmouths at Champlain. Now let's not compare Leech Lake to Champlain by any means. Okay? Champlain's got like 100 times the number of smallmouths per acre than what's out here. Out here, it's really going to be like catch one here, catch one maybe over there, kind of a smallmouth lake. Okay? It's developing. The largemouths are going to be the backbone of the catch out here. Make no mistake. And they'll be top 10s guys. This tournament could be won on largemouth. We'll see. Only time will tell. But the one thing I know, in the weather forecast, I'm not seeing any big wind kind of event. We're a week away from, less than a week now. What is that, 5-6 days away now from the first day of this tournament? Still, weather forecasts still aren't quite dialed in like what they can be at this point. Usually it's like 3 days out, you can start seeing what things are going to be like. 6 days out is just kind of like, yeah, it could be this. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to getting out there for sure. A lot of pressure, man. A lot of pressure. But I did get out here. I got out here before cutoff a couple times this year. Caught a lot of walleyes. Ton of walleyes out here. Ton of walleyes. Good muskie lake. First muskie I ever caught out here. First muskie I ever caught was on Leech Lake. It would have been the summer between 9th grade and 10th grade. My dad took me out. We'd kind of caught the muskie bug, and I hooked up on one. A Lindy muskie tandem. Black hair, chartreuse blades. That was a ball. That was a hoot. Loved it. What a day that was. Fabulous. So I got some history out here. I got history in Minnesota. I've won tournaments in Minnesota. Big tournaments. It's time to hold court this freaking week. But the skill levels, there's a lot of skill out here in this field of anglers. So it's not going to be any easy task by any means. And we got some big Minnesota sticks in this tournament too. I'm not sure who all's here, but I saw the likes of Seth Fighter out here before cutoff. I saw, well, then there's Easton. Is it Easton or Ethan? Fothergill. He's won tournaments out here. Him and his dad. They've won tournaments out here recently. Stuff I did was freaking 30 years ago. Fothergill, recent years. So it's got tall order. Looking forward to it. A bad finish here. If I finish bad here, I'm selling everything. Well, okay, no, I'm not, but that's how I will feel if I have a bad tournament here. I'll feel like, man, I just got to sell everything and get out. But no. Anyhow, that's enough for this video. Practice, day one of practice is tomorrow. I've got the plans laid out. Let's execute the plan. Stick with it. Over.